A myth is a concept that is not true in the real sense. People believe in myths because they've been hearing them for a long time. It does not cross one's mind to use all the information available to find out if a myth is actually true. The majority believe in all sorts of myths, like bulls get agitated with red color, a bolt of lightning never strikes in the same place twice, we humans use only 10% of our brain, or that a coconut would never fall on a parked car. So here are the 7 car myths you actually believed. But before we move any further, please like this video and hit the subscribe button down below so you can get notified of our latest videos. Now, let's get into it. Cars are very compact machines that require multiple different components to work together. With countless other cars having so much work on under the skin, it was constantly inevitable that several myths surrounding these mechanical wonders would arise. Some myths came from the past fact that have since become obsolete about cheap performance modifications that are entirely false. Automakers would have already done it if there was a way to make your car faster with less money. Such myths are solely created through the spread of misinformation and a public misunderstanding of cars. However, many of these myths are harmless beliefs about specific types of cars that are just factually incorrect. Even though nothing is damaging about these myths, false information is still being spread around as a fact. It is worth trying to stop the spread of misinformation, even if it's trivial and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. On the other side, some myths are actively costing people money due to misleading information. Yes, some people believe the following myths. However, they have actually no legitimate reason for doing so. These are mostly the things that have been telling each other as advice. Myth number 1. Small vehicles aren't as safe as the big vehicles. The bigger the vehicle, the more durable it is, and therefore the safer it is, which is why large vehicles such as trucks and minivans are inherently safer than small cars. Suitable? Today, automakers must adhere to stricter safety standards when producing cars. As a result, even compact cars and hatchbacks are much safer than before. Safety is so high that they sometimes have better safety scores than crossovers or SUVs. It all depends on the quality of the material used, the vehicle structure, and its security system. A large vehicle can make you feel safer, but that doesn't mean it does. It's essential to check the specific safety level of each model to determine this. Myth number 2. Horsepower refers to the actual speed of an actual horse. This is actually one of the funny car myths that many people believe. Horsepower does not mean the number of horses required to pull your vehicle. It is in the function of the vehicle's engine to do work. It can loosely mean the speed of a car. The engine's horsepower is measured with the help of a dynamometer. It calculates this value with the torque and revolutions per minute, or RPM, equals of a vehicle. More horsepower, more the speed. The more the torque, the more is the strength. Myth number 3. Nitrogen is only suitable for race cars, not ordinary passenger cars. Nitrogen is actually used to fill heavy-duty race car tires. This is because nitrogen is more advantageous than air in such tires. However, this does not mean that regular passenger cars do not benefit from the same advantages. Pure nitrogen will not escape like air. This can provide a stable tire pressure for a more extended period. When you have nitrogen, the number of times you refill your car tires will be reduced. Myth number 4. Any vehicle equipped with a 4-wheel drive can be driven off-road. Many crossovers, SUVs, and even sedans can be equipped with 4-wheel drive, but that does not mean that they are capable of traveling over sand or mud. Basically, all AWD products will not slip on wet or icy paths. This is related to a similar misunderstanding that all SUVs are produced for off-road purposes. Although the nickname and the origin of sports utility vehicle seems to indicate that any SUV can be driven on rough terrain, this is not the case. Most SUVs nowadays are made for optimal performance on the road for their target demographic families. They are not produced with the ground clearance, wheels, power, suspension systems, or approach angles needed for an actual all-terrain travel. They're just big, robust family vehicles, so before you drive your SUV off-road, just make sure it's actually designed to do so. Myth number 5. Use air conditioning for a much better fuel efficiency. Has anyone ever told you that using air conditioning always saves more fuel than rolling down the windows? That's somehow partly true. The fact is that it depends on how fast you're driving. If you're essentially in the city, driving at the slowest speed under 45 miles, your car can preserve gas by keeping the aircon off and the windows down. But once you exceed 50 on country roads or highways, the opposite is true. The faster your car moves, the more impact open windows have on its drag, forcing it to work harder to keep you moving. Some people have somehow argued whether driving with the air conditioning or with the windows down during a warm summer day produces better fuel mileage. However, two scientists actually put that question to a test in order to find what the true reality is. Jamie Hyneman and Adam Savage from the popular Discovery Channel TV show Mythbusters decided the best way to test this myth was to take two identical Ford Expedition XLT SUVs to Altamont Speedway in Northern California. At the track, these two scientists filled their SUVs with 5 gallons of fuel each. With the AC cranked up, Hyneman got in the vehicle and Savage jumped into a Ford with the windows rolled down. Both of them drove at identical speeds of 45 miles per hour. There are some experts who suggested that driving with the aircon on during a very hot day would be more proficient because it will actually cause the vehicle's drag to be reduced. But Hyneman countered with the point that air conditioning uses a vital amount of a vehicle's power. So the conclusion was Hyneman's SUV with windows rolled up and the aircon turned on ran out of fuel 15 miles before Savage's SUV did with the windows rolled down. Myth number 6. You get dense fuel in the morning with more value for money. This misconception is based on the principle of expansion and contraction of liquids due to a temperature change. It would have been true that you get less fuel during daytime when the temperature is higher if fuel storage tanks were not designated underground. One of the reasons for underground storage tank is fuel should actually face minimum contraction or expansion due to temperature. The stored fuel is therefore protected from such changes and may only be affected to a negligible level. You can refuel your car at any time without worrying about its density. Myth number 7. Automatic cars are less fuel efficient as compared to manual gear shift ones. The way automatic cars are produced these days has eliminated the truth that they are less fuel efficient than manual cars. Thanks to advancements in technology, automated vehicles of today have more forward gears than cars with manual transmissions. This actually helps in a balanced fuel economy in both versions. The extra gears can help create more power at a lower engine speed. This creates balance and saves fuel. And that concludes the 7 car myths you actually believed. What we miss? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. We'd love to hear what you think. You don't want to miss our cool and exciting videos, so don't forget to hit that like, share and subscribe button to get notified. That's it for today. Until next time, we are Majestic Cars and we wish you a majestic day.